Hey everyone, it's Roshi. So today's video is going to be a Q&A with my husband, Brooks. So he's the one that I've been talking about in all my other videos, how I manifested my husband and just the law of attraction success story type of stuff, because he is basically my biggest manifestation success story. If you haven't seen those videos, definitely check them out. I'll link them in the description box below. But for this video, mainly the questions that we have are mostly about how he basically got manifested into my life. So the act of
it makes it sound like I didn't exist before.
I know.
I was alive, guys.
Basically how we met. With that being said, let's get into the video. The first question is, how did we meet? So I'm actually gonna let Brooks answer that, and then I'll chime in here and there.
We met at a preschool that I was teaching at, and she happened to get hired there. First time I saw her, and realized this 12 years later, but I feel like it was the cliche of love at first sight or something, because I definitely felt something special when I looked at her. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was different and felt like I needed to know her or something. I don't know, it was a weird feeling, like I needed to know who this person was. I was like doing everything I could to try to like get in the same, because there's different classrooms in the preschool. I was trying to like figure out a way that we could end up working together or just like bump into each other while we were at work.
I saw him, thought he was cute and really tall. Other than that, I mean, I was so busy trying to get to know like my work environment and just teaching the kids, and
she was frazzled.
I was frazzled.
I had to rescue her classroom, which was my classroom that she had to take over for a break or something, I don't know. And I had to go in and then like calm the kids down, and that was the first time we really got to like talk. It wasn't long, it was like maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then she left like a day later. She was only there for like 2 days because we got transferred to
a different location.
But
yeah, I mean, I quit right after, but I did add him on Facebook, so we were Facebook friends and we talked on there, like one little chat, but other than that, I mean, nothing. Years went by, and during that time we were both in like different relationships and things, and I even removed him off of Facebook because I never talked to him. It's funny because there's so many people that I've come across in my life too, just like even friends, and I've like forgotten their names. Like, these are people who I've actually like sat down and talked to for like multiple times, and but I remembered you.
That's how it all started. This is how we reconnected.
Yeah, so this is how the universe like aligned everything for us. Just like in my other videos, I talk about that I was in this really good high vibe place, and then basically in walks Prince Charming.
I think we were both on like the same kind of journey.
We were on the same frequency. I
was sitting in class one day, I was in college at the time, just randomly just hopped on like Facebook Messenger or something. I can't remember if I think I was on my phone or a computer, I can't remember. I think I was on the computer actually. And I went like this, like just flicked up the messenger, because I was just like, I wonder how long this message has been going on. I don't even remember how long I have Facebook now. So I just flipped up the messenger like a slot machine style. And I did it like 3 times, and then I see her face in the little like icon from her profile, and I was like, my God, like I still remember her. And
you hit the jackpot.
So yeah, so then I was like, what are the chances? So I was like, you know what, I'll just say, hey, like it's too much of a coincidence that I'm not gonna like at least just say hey or something. But then I went to her profile, we weren't even friends anymore, to message her, but then I wasn't friends, so then I friend requested her, and then like 2 minutes later I get a message from her saying, hey, how have you been? It's been so long. And then I was like, what? I was like, okay, what are the chances now? She remembers me. I got a feeling right then. We messaged for a couple days, and then
we just started talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have like FaceTime or anything like that.
I had a Windows phone at the time, so I was very anti-social media.
I looked on his Facebook and everything was like positive quotes and things like that, and that's what I was all about. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you into the law of attraction? And you didn't even know what the law of attraction was, right? Like, you didn't know what it was called, like law of attraction.
No, I knew like
that.
I was into like, I don't know, learning things like the universe and all that type of stuff.
That's how we connected, and we just started talking and everything. And I was in San Francisco at the time, and he was in Seattle, so we were even in 2 different states.
When things even started rolling, we're talking. In the back of my mind, I'm still like, this is so unrealistic. Like, she's in another state. I'm here. I know anything's possible, and I know like I don't believe in can't and things like that, but at the same time I was like, okay, we'll just like, I really like talking to her. I want to get to know her, and I'll just let things go where they go. But like from a realistic perspective, it's like, is this even possible, or is this gonna happen? But I just stayed hopeful, and I really like talking to her.
Long story short, that's how we met. So this one isn't really a question. When I had Instagram, I asked like, hey, ask me questions for a husband and wife Q&A, and people were just like sending me this left and right. And so I was like, okay, like I'll just include it in the video. It's not really a question, but it's like, why are y'all so cute? The people who asked this question too are very cute themselves. They're some of our very close friends.
They're our cutest friends.
They're our cutest friends. So if you're watching this, y'all are so cute. Now this is actually from one of the subscribers. They asked me this question and they said, were you expecting the proposal? So for me, so in general, I definitely was attracting a proposal because, you know, I really loved him. I liked him. I loved him. And I wanted to be with this person. And I was very upfront about, you know, dating because I wanted to marry him. And so I was expecting it in that sense, like, but I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. Somewhat, though, I did. And it's because of my mom. So you guys know, we had been talking for 7 months, but like we were only really dating for like 2 months before he proposed.
I'm ready to propose, but I'm old school and wanted to ask her dad and her family and her brother and her mom. She was in California. I went to go have dinner with her family. At the end of dinner, and we had finished eating, we were all just kind of laughing and talking, and then I was like, so I wanted to like talk with you guys about something. Her brother was like like inching towards me because he knew something juicy was about to happen.
And when my brother met him for the very first time, he told me, he was like, I wanted to cry because I feel like he's my brother-in-law. Like that was his first reaction.
I want to ask if, you know, I can have your guys' blessing in asking Roshi to marry me. And so it was like 3 reactions. Her brother was like laughing, excited. Her dad was like on the verge of tears but really happy, and then her mom was just like, oh my god, oh my god.
My mom's like the sweetest lady, and so that's literally how she reacts, like yay.
So then the reason we reacted when she said, did you expect this, why she's laughing and said yes, is because while me, her brother, and her father are all in the midst of joy and like yay, her mom is already calling Roshi up, and as we're all talking, we hear her talking to Roshi in the background and said, oh, Brooks just asked for your hand to your father. He just asked Papa for your permit, or his permission. I was like, oh my god, dude. And we all literally just turned around and looked at her mom like,
yeah.
And then she looked at us like, oh shoot,
no, because I was on the phone.
To say that.
Yeah, I was on the phone and I was like, I don't think you were supposed to tell me, Mom.
And I was like, whoa, cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah, and so I definitely expected it after that, but honestly, like, I had no idea what day it was gonna happen. I didn't know if it was gonna happen at the airport, like when he came to pick me up. I didn't know if it was going to happen like a day later, week later. Like, there was no specific day where I was like, he's gonna propose this day. Who said I love you first?
Me.
Yeah, he said I love you to me in our friend's parking lot.
I waited quite a while, even though I knew I felt it for a long time. I just waited.
When did you know that you fell in love with each other?
Forever.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if there's a specific moment.
For me, there was. When he would come over to my parents' place, my grandpa was living with us at the time too. I remember that I was standing by the microwave and I saw him talking to my grandfather, and Nana was saying the same story again to him, and he was just listening so patiently and with so much love and care for my grandfather. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I love this guy. I really love this guy. He loves my family so much. He comes over all the time, you know, takes me out, really cares for me, like does so much for me, and is just always there and just a sweetheart to me and everything. And I have all these feelings for him as well. And so it was just automatic like confirmation, like I love this guy. And I remember that same night, like he was waiting in my room and I just went up to him and was like and I remember like I went up to him and I was like, ow, kitties, you bit me. So I just remember telling him like I'm ready to be in a relationship, because it was kind of like I was the one who was kind of holding off on being in a relationship.
Let's reenact the moment.
No,
we
stop.
Like
no, no.
We were knees to knees.
No, knees to knees.
And then she said, and then she was like, I'm ready for you to be my boyfriend.
How many relationships have you both had?
Oh, not serious and serious?
Oh
We're talking like, are we talking like middle school?
Everything.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, of course in like middle school I had like 3 girlfriends or something.
In middle school?
Yeah.
And then after that?
But then in high school, all in high school, I didn't want to date anybody. And I had 1 girlfriend for like 1 year in high school. And then after high school, I had a girlfriend for 2 years. And then when I came back from China, then I had a girlfriend for 3.5 years or 4 years.
For me, it's only 2. I was only in 2 serious relationships.
That was 3.
Oh my gosh. One when I was like 17 years old, I would say. And then that was maybe like a year and some change. And then afterwards when I was like 24 or something, and that was for a couple years too. And then just my husband. That was it. Not much for me.
I only have 1 more than you, dude.
What are you talking about? You have like 6.
I have like 20 if you look from like elementary school, dude.
Oh my god.
You can't count that, like.
Okay, so the next question is, are you jealous in the relationship? Like, are
No.
you guys jealous? No, not jealous.
Jealousy should not be part of a healthy relationship.
I think if you have a healthy relationship with yourself and a healthy relationship with your partner, there's not really going to be any jealousy. What are your jobs?
I'm a teacher.
Yeah, Brooks is a teacher. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom, but I used to work in HR. Pet peeves about each other. He always leaves his cereal bowls out.
She always leaves the bathtub shower separator up, so that when I turn the water on, I get sprayed instead of pushing it down after she's done with the shower.
You're gonna hop in the shower anyway. You're gonna go to bed regardless.
Yeah, but it's like cold, dude.
Okay, life before becoming parents, do you miss it? No, not so much. And you know, honestly, like, of course we want like time for ourselves, because you know we don't get any time for ourselves, but we get that once Maze falls asleep, and that's enough time for me, honestly, like, because I love being with our baby.
Yeah.
And I honestly can't even imagine life, like what life was like before him.
Yeah.
He's just brought so much more love and light into our lives, and he's, you know, he's our baby. Like, I love him so much.
Yeah, I don't miss, like, we all reminisce about other times or earlier times in our life, but I don't miss it, or I don't want to go back. I love having my son and Roshi and our family.
Yeah, and we've never really been like huge like club partiers or, you know, drinkers or anything like that.
Except when I lived in China.
Oh, except when you lived in China. Oh yeah, but I mean, like, now, like, we don't go out to the club, or I mean, clubs aren't even open or anything right now, but like,
no, it wasn't our lifestyle.
It's not our lifestyle, so we enjoy like going on little trails and like hikes and just going to the park and stuff with him. Like, it's so much fun to just see him like run around with the soccer ball and all of that, and that's like fun to us. Like, that's what we enjoy doing, and just spending time with our families and stuff.
The simple things.
Yeah, like that's just who we are. Last question was relationship advice for others.
I would just say follow your heart and make sure you're in love with yourself before you try to enter a relationship.
I will give a little bit of advice, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I've experienced it myself. I'm not like a therapist or anything like that. I just want to like put that disclaimer out there. But like, for me personally, like, if you're in a relationship where like you just feel very like mistreated and just like, you know, you just don't feel loved and you feel like you've lost yourself and all of that, I think it's good to step away and be able to just discover yourself again and just find that self-love and self-worth, and be able to reevaluate things and really find out what it is that you want in your own life. Yeah, don't feel like there's no one else out there for you or anything like that. Like, there's so many people out in this world. Like, you never know who you're gonna click with. Like, I didn't even know that he was gonna come back into my life or anything like that. So I mean, you just never know who's gonna come into your life or come back into your life or is already currently in your life and is the person for you. So but I mean, it all comes down to making sure that you know what you want and that you're good with yourself first. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do like content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love interacting with you guys. With that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!